All right, guys, you've already had an introduction to slope. I wanted to give an application of it, just in the form of finding the slope of a line. We do know there are calculations for it also, but sometimes we just want to see a graph. We see a graph and we just want to find the slope of that line on the graph. Let me start off by reminding you that M, which represents slope, right? It's considered rise over run. The way you can calculate the slope is rise over run. Now, if I wanted to use actual coordinates, remember that is y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. So both of these can give you the slope, but if I had an actual line drawn, I will use this. If a line given, I'd probably want to use that if I can. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Let me show you what I mean. So let me just very quickly sketch this, and I know some of you want to criticize my sketching. I know, but I think it serves the purpose. All right, let's just say I have a point here at 4, 4. And then let's just say I have a point here at -2, 1. And I want to draw a line. Now we have a line thing over here, but I'm just going to just do it anyway. So don't criticize my straight line. All right, so let's assume that that actually goes to the points. I could ask you to find the slope, okay? What I would do is consider the idea of rise over run. So if I start at one point, I'm going to rise up how many to get to this other point? First, I would go up 1, 2, 3. I would rise 3, so it's a positive 3. And then run is the left or right. So I'm going to have to go to the right, so it'd be positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. 6 units. Now that's 3 over 6, which can be reduced to 1/2. And so I would say that the slope of this line is 1/2. All right, so that's how we use rise over run to find the slope if given a line. Now we also had in one of the other videos, I mentioned the idea of a line that goes straight up and down. So 1, 2, 3, let's call that a 3. Okay, what if I tried to, let me just use any 2 points. There's a point and then there's a point. If I looked at the slope, which is the rise over the run, I'm going to rise, if I start at this point, I'm going to rise a certain number. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to rise 5. Now, if I go up 5, I'm not running either way any, so I'm not going to run any. That's 0. Now, whenever there's a 0 in the denominator, let me say it this way, you can't divide by 0. So we say that this slope then is undefined. You cannot tell me that there is a slope there because it's undefined. You can't divide by 0. All right, let me give you another example. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me put a point here and a point here. And then I draw a line. Oh, not super straight. I can ask you to find the slope of that thing. Again, since I've been given a graph, I'm going to consider rise over run. If I start here, how much do I rise in order to get to this point? I don't rise any. I don't go up any. Now, how much do I run? If I start here, I go 1, 2, 3 units to the right. So 0 divided by anything is 0. So this thing right here, up here, is called a vertical line, right? This thing is called a horizontal line, correct? So the slope of all vertical lines is undefined. The slope of all horizontal lines is 0. If it's not horizontal or vertical, then you can give me a number for the slope by in all these cases considering rise over run. So if I gave you a line, I could ask you to give me the slope of that line.